What's up, YouTube? Demi here with a quick and dirty crafting session. Probably actually just got demonetized for saying dirty. Either way, we have a bunch of item level 86 Stygian Vises in standard, right? The only way to get these is to route them over from hardcore. I found somebody selling 16 of them at 1.5x per. Snapped them up real quick because I just sold this belt, which is T1 Wed, Shitty Life, T1 Strength, Classic Duration, Crafted Movement Speed. That sold for 55x in standard. Like, that's a lot of currency. So I spent half of that currency buying 16 new bases and then some from somebody else as well. So I think I have 20 total. Yeah, I have 20 total and I spent like 20x or something. I don't know. But either way, we're going to craft these real quick, right? And they're not going to be beautiful. They're not going to be perfect. We're not going for perfect. We're going for sellable. So I've already made these two. This is Strength, Fire, Lightning, Res. I'm going to craft Life on it. This is Fire, Cold, Wed. Same thing. I'm going to craft Life on it. We're just going to Chaos Spam, maybe Exalt randomly, but mostly just like Chaos Spam. The reason we picked i86 is because, refresh this so all the opened things go away. The new tier 1 of elemental damage with attack skills, 43 to 50, requires 86. That's the main reason. There's also flash charges gained and the new strength roll, but it's mostly for the damage roll, just to have it as an option. So we're just going to sit here and make belts that are good enough to sell and then dump them all, hopefully for, you know, a total profit of more than whatever we just spent, which was like 30x. That's almost good. If the resistances were higher, I would keep that. But like, if we hit a new T1 roll, people will, like, they want it really badly in standard right now. The only way to get Stygians is to route them over from hardcore, right? So like that's good enough. That'll sell. It's T2 Wed. Life, Strength, Cold Res, I can craft another resistance on it. Like, it's good enough. People really want Stygians so they can equip their Abyssal socket, Abyssal Jewel socket, whatever. That was almost good enough. Okay, there you go. That's another one. Life, Dual Res, T1 Wed. It was perfect. And yeah, we're just gonna do this quick and dirty. Make sure that these are sellable. They don't have to be perfect. I'm not going for triple T1s. I'm just going for something that will give me a quick profit. I don't do this crafting as much as I used to. I used to do this all the time, which is why I have so much crap in my stash, is because I would just do this. I would pick a random base like that. I'm going to craft Life on and it'll sell. I would pick a random base, just like a leather belt or something along those lines, and I would just chaos spam them until they were good enough to sell. And I would just repeat this process until I filled up like a tab. I would buy like, I don't know, 100 plus i84 belts. Now you need i86, but back then it was i84. Oh man, if that had higher life. I would just like do a bunch of spam crafting sessions, which you can still find on my YouTube channel. They're a bit buried. That has armor, flask life, wet. I can't craft life. But like I used to do this all the time, and it was really fun. It was just like, you don't think that much. You just look for something that is sellable. If it's sellable, you throw it in a tab, and move on with your life. That is really low life. Otherwise, I might craft wet on it. I don't know. I've kind of gotten away from this style of crafting. I've been mostly going for like triple T1s and then trying to meta craft expensive crafting. This level of crafting just requires chaos orbs and some time. Man, if that Wed was higher, that'd be a really nice belt. Yeah, you just spam and pray that you hit something good. I'm kind of taxing my computer real bad right now. You can probably tell by my latency. I'm uploading 3 videos. And I'm rendering another video, so I'm kind of going crazy on the crafting right now and making videos from earlier on the stream. So I don't know, it was fun. We did a really good stream. We've been having some pretty good streams the last couple weeks. Like I'm getting way more into streaming, obviously, since YouTube monetization is an issue, but Twitch is just better and it's a lot more engaging. I think making YouTube content, I'm not gonna stop obviously, but like making YouTube content versus streaming on Twitch, that's just what. On Twitch is like more entertaining, I think, for myself and for the viewers. And I mean, we've gotten up to a point where if I stream for, I don't know, a couple hours, I get up to my peak viewership, which is usually around 150 to 200 viewers. Even if I'm not doing anything like insane crafting wise, I've still managed to hit that high, which is really cool to see, because like that, oh man, that life roll, I'm gonna leave that. Like, it has a bad life roll, but Tri-Res, T1 ES, T2 Wed, like, that's good. But like, yeah, we're hitting pretty up there on the viewership. It used to be like I would only hit like 100, and even then sometimes we'd hit like 50 if I didn't like do insane crafting on stream. People didn't want to watch. But we're getting to the point where we're having a core audience, and I'm streaming consistently now, basically every day at this point for like 6 to 12 hours. So it's helping a lot. I think since January 1st I've streamed 130 hours or so, which is pretty good for me, especially. Like, before I really focused on YouTube, we were at this point where I was streaming effectively maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and now I'm streaming like, I can craft life on that, that's fine. I'm streaming like why isn't this is already done? I don't need to do anything of this. Now I'm streaming like 5 times a week basically. 5 or 6, sometimes 7, I don't know, it depends on the week. I'm trying really hard to like really try to stream. That's not bad, I'll put life on it. And like make sure that I'm consistent about it, because Twitch is just better for me. Income wise especially, Twitch is like, it pays more than YouTube, and like since I'm kind of, you know, trying to move into apartment soon, as in within a month, I kind of need my income to be steadily growing and consistent, and Twitch grows a lot better for time spent than YouTube does, and it just has way better rate of return. So like, that probably sounds like it's just about money to me. I need to survive. I do YouTube and Twitch full time. That is my only source of income. YouTube, Twitch, Patreon. Which, by the way, if you want to help support me, there's a link to my Patreon below the stream. You can get some exclusive rewards. That's pretty good. I'll craft wet on it. But yeah, we're just like, I'm just trying to figure out what the best way to spend my time is to make the best content, but also make enough that I can survive and live off of, and like grow off of, and keep improving my life situation and upgrading my stream setup, etc. Because if I'm just stagnant with YouTube, then I mean, I can't keep doing YouTube forever if they're not going to fix their stuff, and they're not. We could talk about the demonetization issue actually for the smaller channels. For those of you that are unaware, I have no idea what that's talking about. For those of you that are unaware, YouTube just unveiled a policy change for the for people that don't meet a minimum requirement. I think it's like 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subs or something. They're just automatically demonetized. Life ES Wed Lightning Red shirt. My hysteria ring. I don't know who this guy is, but what that means is that it's effectively just a lot harder to get your first paycheck. The YouTube doesn't pay you actually until you reach $100 ad revenue in your AdSense account. So what it does is it makes it, you have to get those minimum requirements, 1,000 subs and X hours of watch time, before you even start gaining any amount of money for your first paycheck. And for me, like, I mean, that doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect the majority of YouTubers who are already being paid. But what it does is it makes it that much harder to enter the field. Like, for me, I first made YouTube a YouTube account in 2012, right? I posted videos from 2012 to 2015 or so, and I didn't get paid at all, right? When I started making Path of Exile content, it took me about 6 months to a year to get my first paycheck. And at that point, I had like this aha moment where I was like, oh, wait, I'm making content, I like doing this, but it's also potentially gonna, like, you know, pay me for that. And that was my moment where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna really push for this. And so I did, and obviously now I'm here a couple years later, and we're doing great. But like, if I didn't have that first little moment of that first paycheck, I wouldn't have done this. I don't think I would have realized that it was like a potential. Those are really nice rings. I'm not sure if I want to buy them though, because, you know, Shaper and Elder mods exist. But yeah, I don't know, it's weird to see that they're making it harder to get into the field of streaming, or sorry, of YouTube. Like, they're just making it overall harder to get your first paycheck and actually start being a YouTuber. Like, YouTube's already hard enough as is. They didn't need to make it harder. They claimed it was to protect the bigger, like, just to protect YouTube by removing a lot of the bad content. And I'm like, you literally just hurt all the smaller people or people who are aspiring to be creators, and it doesn't affect the end top tier at all. Like people like Logan Paul, Jake Paul, they don't give a shit, right? It doesn't affect them at all. It doesn't affect me, and I'm like tiny compared to people like that. But I don't know. I think YouTube's just making some really, really bad business decisions over the past year or so and hurting so much more of the community than they realize. They're alienating so many people from YouTube that, like, people are actively asking for a different website to replace YouTube because it's so bad. That's pretty good, actually. I'll put life on that. Dual res strength armor, yes. I can't afford those rings, I don't think, but like if he gives me a good price, maybe I'll look into them. I don't know. I don't personally think I want them, but if it's really low price, I might buy them. Let's get back to these. We got 5 left. We're going pretty hard on this. Shouldn't take too much longer. Life, wed, resist, sure. New wed. That's actually T1 wed, T1 life. It's got flash man on it though. This, I would have thought this would have sold actually. Maybe it's just not enough. I'm gonna leave that one. I think the person just like ripped a bunch over from hardcore to sell real quick and didn't actually look at the mods. They were all in the same tab for the same price, so I just bought them all. But that one's already pre-rolled, so I'm gonna keep it. Life wed. I definitely want to hit like a really high tier of damage though. And I guess I haven't really been talking about what I'm crafting, so that's my bet. We'll go over them as I do the last craft through the workbench once we get these last couple ones rolled. But again, we're just looking for good enough. That is good enough. Craft life on it, sell it, done. Try res armor life, sure. Can't afford that. That's actually pretty high. Like, they're good rings, don't get me wrong, but for a basic mirror item, they're usually like 200, 300x for the original. That's pretty good as well. Throw life on it. The really, really good mirror items, I mean, you can go way higher than that, like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 plus, but those are insane, but I can't afford them, so I'm not going to waste this time by telling him that I might want them. And I mean, I have enough random garbage that I don't want more random garbage. Can I hit? It would be cool if we hit triple T1. Oh, there's T1 wed. Everything else is bad. Like if I had T1 life, T1 wed, and T1 something else. Is that price fair? If it's the Legacy S one, I think that's fine, but the other ones are pretty not as good. Also, for those of you that are wondering, I don't do price checks. This is like a very niche case where he's trying to sell me a mirror item, which I mean, if he's trying to do it just specifically to get me to price check his item, then kudos to him for like working around the system. But if you ever need me to do a price check for you, stop yourself before you PM me, go to the Demi Explains playlist, it's linked in the description of this video, and just watch that video. Damn, that's close. The life and... yeah, I might keep that actually. Alright, so we'll do the last thing, which is just add a crafted mod to all of these. This one's full, we don't worry about it. This one needs life. Done. This one needs life. Done. This one, sure. This one needs a resistance, so it's just got a little bit more res on it to pad the search results. This one needs life. But you're just making really generic items. It'll be life, ES, armor, strength, dual res. Like, pretty basic stuff, right? This one is actually not that good. I should probably reroll that. I don't know. This one needs life. We have a lot of the same looking ones. Armor, ES, tri-res. It's interesting. What do we got here? This needs life. Some people only care about their damage. What does this have? Open prefix. Let's put wed on it. And when you craft wed, I try to make sure it's at least 20% wed. Just a personal preference. You don't need to do this. You can probably, if anything over like 15% is probably fine, but I like shooting for that 20. Strength, life, wed. We need a resist. Doesn't really matter which one. This needs life. That is full. It's got 6 mods. This is strength, resist. This needs life. And this is full. This needs life. This needs something. What can we put on this? I guess just ES, or move speed actually. Move speed it is. Strength, life, wed. This needs move speed or resist? I'll go move speed. Sure, perfect, whatever. Dual resist, wed. This needs life. This needs life. Bam, there you go. Here's a quick once over of all the end crafts, and we spent. Hey, let me do the once over once we see. I spent probably, I don't know, 500 chaos, no X, just a couple hundred chaos, and then I spent like 20X on the bases. So if I sell all of these for more than that, we are definitely making a profit. And I'm pretty sure most of these will sell for at least a few X, maybe more. Some of them probably closer to 10, 20X maybe. So I think we did pretty good for that session. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment. Follow me on Twitch. Consider supporting on Patreon. We also have a partnership with Humble Bundle now. If you want to purchase, like, they sell a bunch of discount games, digital products, anime, manga, stuff like that. Crazy stuff for sale on their website. All the links are in the description below this video. Love you guys. Appreciate the viewership. And thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. That'll be Demi out.